Hey everyone, welcome back to the Notable Readers.
I'm Chloe.
And I'm Philip.
We're two friends who love diving into books.
Talking plots, characters, and everything in between.
So grab a cozy spot and a warm drink and let's get reading. So now we're doing our drink of the day. You already know the deal. Philip, do you want to start?
So my drink of the day is, you can't see it. My drink of the day is um, ginger peach turmeric tea because I'm sick.
Mm.
It's actually really good. Typically, I don't like turmeric, but you can't even taste it. Especially because I like douse it in sugar. So,
Period.
Chloe, what's your drink?
I have a coffee from Dunkin'. It's a iced coffee with three pumpkin swirl, oat milk, and there was cold foam, but the cold foam's gone.
That was a
And I
lot so
have
far.
water
Oh yeah, we can't forget water.
for balance, of course.
Hydration. Okay, so now we're going to be moving on to our current reads. Chloe, would you like to start?
Yes, so my current reads right now, I'm reading Blackmail and Bibinka. Don't cancel me. Okay, okay. I'm reading Blackmail and Bibinka by Mia P. Mansala. It's the third book in the Tita Rosie's Kitchen Mystery series. I talked about this series in like the first and second episode, so go watch those if you haven't. This is what the cover looks like. I'm like 20-30% through. And then another book I'm reading is 11/22/63 by Stephen King. Why
This is
are you
massive for
laughing?
no, because this way you picked up and I forgot how big it was and you pan over. It's just like
Oh.
I forgot
Yes.
how big it was when you turned it around.
But I'm reading 11/22/63 by Stephen King. I'm on chapter three, but I'm a little bit further than ch in chapter three. I'm reading it on my Kindle now because I got it on Libby. Like I got it off a hold on Libby finally. So I'm reading it on Kindle so I don't have to, lug around this ginormous 800 page book. So those are my two current reads. How about you, Philip?
So my only current read, because I'm ahead of schedule, not with editing, but with
Period.
reading,
Period. Ahead of
is
schedule.
my book club book. Not I almost said not quite dead yet.
Did you ever read that? Did you finish that?
No.
Oh.
So I don't know why that was on my head. So my current read is actually my book club book, Inking Quill, The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith. Um, I actually started reading it in class. I know that's so not A plus student of me,
hmm
but it's actually really, really good. Like the first few pages are like actually like have me caught in. I'm on page 11. I need to lock in and finish this. Need to lock in and finish. Uh,
I don't mean to laugh. It's the way you were like, oh yeah, I've been reading in class. And then you go on page 11. You read two pages in class.
Listen, it's because I read it on like one day when we weren't doing anything, and that was on Monday. I haven't picked up since, but I got 11 pages down during
I really thought you was about to, oh God, that was funny.
go rogue and be like, I'm almost on the book, guys. And then I opened
Yeah.
it.
Because you was like saying, oh yeah, I was reading in class, wasn't paying attention. So I really thought you was getting
I
through.
was. And by that, I mean, like, I picked up in like the last like 5 minutes of class. Um, but it's actually a
Oh,
really
that's
good
funny.
book. It really catches your, like, catches your,
Attention?
yeah, no, breath.
Oh.
It catches your breath. Like
Oh,
at the
okay.
beginning, because, like, why do I always pick the books that start off with, like, such a, like, get punched in the face by this?
Mm-hmm.
Like, look over here while I punch, like, Perks of Being Wildflower. That book had, like, this person died in the first page.
Yeah.
This book's uh, another casualty happened in the first few pages. Like every book I read, it's just look over here while I punch you from this side. Like, but I
Every time.
recommend it. I need to finish it so I can film my
YouTube
review.
video.
Yeah, my review.
I need to start my book of the month for October.
You haven't started it yet?
No. Scene. So now we're going to be talking about our book of the month for October, which is The Sundown Motel by Simone St. James. So we're going to have Philip read our summary real quick.
The Sundown Motel by Simone St. James is a dual timeline mystery thriller that blends true crime, ghost story, and small town secrets. In 1982, Viv Delaney moves to the small town of Fell, New York, and takes a night clerk job at the rundown Sundown Motel. He plans to save money and move to New York City, but strange things start happening during her shifts. Doors open on their own, lights flicker, and she senses a ghostly presence. Viv becomes obsessed with uncovering the motel's dark history, connecting it to a string of local murders of young women. Then one night, Viv mysteriously disappears. 35 years later, in 2017, Carly Kirk, Viv's niece, arrives and fell after her mother's death to find out what happened to her aunt. She ends up working the same night shift at the Sundown Motel and begins experiencing the same eerie events. As Carly digs deeper, she discovers the same pattern of murders and uncovers what truly happened to Viv and the motel's connection to the killer and the restless spirits who never left.
Just so you guys know, this episode is spoilers for the Sundown Motel, so spoiler warning, because we will be spoiling the book.
Okay, so now we're going to be moving on to our star ratings for the book, The Sundown Motel, aka our book of the month. Chloe, would you like to share yours?
Yes, so I gave the Sundown Motel 4.25 stars. I enjoyed the book. I love like the concept of it. I just felt that at times it could be a bit repetitive and slow. And then I feel like at the end, like they tried to just put everything together really fast. So it kind of just was like, whoa, like how did we get here? I felt like they threw in a random storyline with Callum being the grandson of who's the killer? What's his
I
name?
forgot. We literally did this last week. This is one that we did last week. We did this literally last week.
Wait, what was his
You,
name for real?
you think you think we would have learned?
Simon Hess. Got it. So
You
with
think we would have learned from last week?
exactly, still not prepared. Um, so I feel like it was just like an unnecessary like little moment at the end, but I really enjoyed like the different perspectives of Carly and Viv and seeing how they kind of intersect and have their similarities. And both of them are like I like how both of them are smart and in like different ways, I guess you could say. So I feel like it made it entertaining to read. And I like the side characters as well. Like I like how it's like they had help, but they also didn't do too much with them. Like it wasn't in the sense of like, oh, it's like this person's there for every single little thing. In the end, I enjoyed the book. I just feel like the pacing was a little bit weird, but overall, I enjoyed the book. Philip, how did you like the book?
So I gave the Sundown Motel 4 stars. I really liked it. The story had such a spooky, mysterious vibe that pulled me in right away. The switch between the two timelines made it more interesting, and I loved how both of the main characters were strong and determined in their own ways. The writing kept me guessing and created a perfect mix of suspense and emotion. I took off 1 star because a few parts felt like extremely slow, and then a few parts felt like extremely fast and quick pace. But overall, it was a solid read. It was eerie, atmospheric, and full of twists without being over the top. So yeah, that's my review.
So now we're going to be talking about our favorite characters from the book, and Philip is going to start us off.
My favorite character is Viv Delaney because she's brave, determined, and refuses to let fear or authority silence her. Even when the town dismisses the murdered woman, Viv keeps digging for the truth. Her courage and independence makes her stand out, especially given the danger she faces alone at the motel. I almost said hotel. Oops. Chloe, would you like to share your favorite character?
Yeah. So my favorite character is definitely Heather. She is Carly's roommate in the story. And I really like Heather just because she's so like unique and I love the kind of like aspect she brings where it's like a mix of like worrying about the what is it called, the crime, the ghosts and all that, while also, sorry guys, I'm all over the place right now, while also like just sticking true to herself. I feel like she stayed true to herself and she was very quirky. I think she was very quirky, which I really liked. And I just loved how she helped Carly throughout the whole experience. Like she was there for her without Daisha. She was there for Carly without endangering herself, which I really appreciated. So my favorite character was definitely Heather. Thank you.
Okay, so now we're gonna be talking about our least favorite characters, Chloe.
So my least hero character was definitely Callum. I just feel like for one, he was just completely unnecessary in the story. Like he was just there and then he was there for the plot twist, but I feel like the plot twist wasn't important at all. He didn't really add much. You can tell he was creepy from the beginning. And like it was just like I feel like maybe if some of it was written in his perspective, it would have made it a little better, or like it would have made him a little bit more important. But I feel like he was just like he would pop up a couple times, be like, oh, he's at the library, okay, like, and then boom, he's the son, like, or the grandson or whatever. So I just felt like he was very unnecessary, and then he was just like mean. Like, and then like he died or something. I don't even know what happened to him at the end because it was just so like quick and boom. And like he was getting chased, and then next thing you know, it was just like, oh, he's gone. Like, what? Like, so I just feel like he was unnecessary. Like his whole presence was unnecessary. And he just like it was just I don't know what he was there for. He didn't add nothing to the story. He barely helped Carly. So I just don't think he was it needed in the story. How about you, Philip?
Okay, so my least favorite character is Simon Hess. And I know that sounds really stupid considering the fact that he is like the antagonist. Is that right? Or is he the
Yeah.
protagonist? He's the
Antagonist.
antagonist.
Yeah.
My English teacher would be so proud of me that I knew that off the top of my head. So it's kind of pointless when like he is the antagonist, but like he is the cause behind the murders that haunt Olafel. His actions destroy lives. So yeah, so even beyond him, the way the town ignored victims like just shows how evilly things can hide in plain sight,
Hmm.
or how easily evil can hide in plain sight. There we go. Sorry, y'all. I'm sick. I have a cough up in my mouth. My throat hurts. I'm laughing hysterically. Like it's a hysterical week for me.
So now we're going to be talking about our favorite moments in the book. Philip, you can start.
So number one for me, Viv's first night at the motel, when she realizes something isn't right, the eerie silence and the flickering lights and ghostly presence set the perfect tone for the book. Two, Carly discovering Viv's old notes and research. Got it. It's a powerful connection between niece and aunt, showing how their determination mirrors each other across decades. Three, the reveal of the killer's identity, the tensions and the buildup pay off, and it ties together both timelines in a shocking but satisfying way. Four, the ghost protecting Viv and Carly. Instead of being purely terrifying, the spirits end up having a purpose and emotion that which adds depth to the supernatural side. And five, with the last one not least, the ending. When Carly finds closure and finally understands Viv's fate, it's emotional and bittersweet and leaves you feeling like justice was finally served.
Period.
Thanks.
Those are some of my favorite moments. I liked when Viv, yeah, when Viv found out who Simon has his next victim was and she like left the notes and everything, I feel like she was moving very smart considering I feel like sometimes it's easy to forget how like long ago her part was because Carly was in 2017, she was in 1972, I think.
I'm checking.
1982. I was close. But like, during that time, the technology wasn't as, good. Women weren't listened to as much well, they were barely listened to. So it's just really
Sorry, it's the way you said that. So casually.
but so I feel like considering like those circumstances, the way she was able to like figure out how to keep people safe, even though they didn't listen to her, was like really interesting to me. I really enjoyed that. From Carly's perspective, I really enjoyed her little relationship with whatever his face is, the one who lived in the hotel, whatever his name is. I don't remember. Um, but I
Look at
really
that, you're all over
enjoyed
the place.
I am like my head is everywhere. But I really enjoyed like them working together and them like protecting each other, especially when Betty the ghost came and everything. Oh, and that's another thing I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed them figuring out what made Betty mad, which was obviously when Simon came into the motel. I loved how it's like a no, even after death, like. she's still gonna come back and get you, period. But then it was still kind of like he was kind of getting her still, like he just kept on going to her. But it was I just really like how they kind of figured it out and showed like you can still help victims even after death. I really enjoyed that. So for next week's episode, it's going to be the start of November. Um, it will discuss our November book of the month. That's it for this episode of The Notable Readers.
We're Chloe and Philip, and we love bringing you into our book chats.
Follow the podcast as well as our other links so you don't miss our next episode.
And until then,
Happy reading!